Así arrancamos esta primera parte del programa, así arranca el Es Esto, la fábrica del día de hoy, esta parte del programa en donde lo que hacemos es hablar de la industria de la música, una actividad que nos apasiona, que nos encanta, y hablamos de los cambios que han tenido en estos últimos años, donde han aparecido las tiendas digitales y todas esas cosas, y para hablar de la revolución de estos últimos años y de cómo ha cambiado la cosa, siempre nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos. Hemos hablado con productores musicales, hemos hablado con productores, con sonidistas, con iluminadores, hemos hablado también, y artistas, muchos artistas, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde nos vamos a Bélgica para hablar con el amigo CLEMENT KASILI, que ya está conectado con nosotros. Hi Clement, are you listening me good? Here is Manu, there is Raulo.
Hi guys, do you hear me well?
Yes, un poquito lejos, ¿cómo le digo? A little far, maybe a little far, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna... Ahí está, ahí va. Excellent. That was excellent. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with my friend Raulo. He's gonna make the same question we make, all band, all artists from all parts of the world, and later we're gonna talk about from the present of your music. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you, my friend.
Clement,
awesome.
See, it's incredible to meet you. You have an excellent flavor, taste of music. So we are going to start with the interview. So please tell us your full name.
Thank you so much.
No, it's okay. Please tell us your full name. Where are you from and how old are you?
Yeah, so
I'm Clément Kasili. I'm an artist, musician, and composer from Brussels, in Belgium, and I'm 24.
24, buah. Bueno, I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. Estamos hablando con Clément Kasili, es un artista y productor de música de Bruselas, de Bélgica, y tiene 24 años. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Actually, hard to think of the very first one. But one memory I really have is maybe being in the living room at home with my parents and listening to Dire Straits. I don't know if you know that band.
Yes, yes, of course. Wow.
That's something like really present in my childhood, and I still listen to them. And I think they really played a big role in making me want to start guitar later. So yeah, maybe that's my first memory.
Wow. And which was your first instrument, and which was the first song that you learned?
My very first instrument was the djembe, actually. I think I was around 5 years old, and it's funny because like I was always tapping on everything at home, like trying to recreate rhythms all the time. So my parents just put me into percussion classes in the neighborhood. But the real first connection with an instrument for me was guitar a bit later, and I started like classical guitar when I was about 7, and then from there just kept going, discovering other instruments slowly over time. Like, yeah.
Wow. Your parents are musicians?
No, not at all.
Wow.
No, I'm the only one in the family. Yeah.
Excelente. Sí, bueno, nos estaba contando que el primer instrumento fue el djembe, que es un instrumento rítmico que tuvo clases de percusión en un instituto, tuvo clases en el barrio, dijo, y su primer acercamiento real a la música fue con la guitarra a partir de los 7 años. And can you tell us, are there any places to study music for free in Brussels, or you have to pay?
Yeah, actually,
when you're a kid in Brussels, you can study music for free in what we call music academies. That's really how I started myself. So there was an academy just near my house, and then they offered like free guitar lesson for kids, and even the instrument could be lent to you, so you didn't even need to buy anything to begin, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, that's how I began.
Wow.
And but then, of course, if you go to conservatories or higher music education later, it becomes much more expensive and more professional.
Wow! In the center of Brussels, there is a museum, no, of guitars and that kind of things, no?
Yeah. The big museum with every instrument of the world. Yeah.
Incredible, that it's incredible. And why you choose percussion? Then it is on your mind, the percussion, when you play.
Yeah, and I have also
a very good drummer in my band, so like it's easier to do it with him. But yeah, always hear percussions, and as my first instrument was djembe, it's easy for me to think about percussion and drums.
Yes. And I dio un dato, I'm going to speak in Spanish with Manu. Manu dio un gran dato que si tiene un buen baterista, la banda suena. Acaba de decir eso, que es fácil tocar con un buen baterista. Es increíble. Sí. And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
I think it was Jonathan Jeremiah. My mother took me there in Brussels, and he's also a guitar player, so I really enjoyed it. And I think I remember like being in the room and feeling really small, like I was definitely the youngest person there, but I think I already wanted to be on stage at that time. Wow. So yeah, a good memory.
How old were you?
24.
No. When you went to the concert.
I think about
like 8 or 10 years, something like that.
Wow. See, and Jonathan Jeremiah is a jazz player. Which kind of music?
I think folk music, like acoustic folk guitar.
Wow. See, sorry, but we are. Manu is from Buenos Aires. I'm from Buenos Aires. I'm living in Catalonia. You say folk music. Which kind of folk?
Maybe a bit like country music.
Country music.
Actually, I don't
really remember. It was a long time ago.
No, it's okay. No problem with that. See, so you have a really mix of music in your roots. It's incredible that. See, and see, when and why did you decide to start a solo music career?
I don't know. Like music was always there for me, so it was always a thing I would do in some way. But the solo project that took me time because. Before that, I went to many steps. Like I met many musicians. I worked as a live musician. I toured a lot. I played with different artists, and I also started composing and producing for other people. So I kind of built myself through all those experiences. And during all that time, I'll always had this idea in the back of my head of doing something under my own name, but
I didn't rush it. Like I didn't really know what
I wanted to say yet. And for example, for a long time, I didn't even know if I wanted to sing or not. And at some point, I realized that instrumental music felt the most honest for me. And that's where I feel the most direct, the most connected to what I want to express. And yeah, also, I think the project really exists thanks to the people around me. Like today, it's not just me, it's really a group of musicians. It really feels like a family. We grow together, we move together, we play together. So yeah, that's really important in the project, and that's a huge part of what makes it great.
Excelente, y ahí está el nivel, Manu, que estábamos hablando hace un par de semanas también con otros artistas. Nos estaba explicando, yo le pregunté por qué y cómo empezó su carrera solista, y lo que nos estaba diciendo que no sabe, porque realmente la música estuvo desde que él tiene uso de razón, entonces no sabe realmente cómo fue todo ese proceso, no lo puede explicar. Y lo que nos estaba contando que él estudió también composición y producción, y antes de empezar con su proyecto solista, trabajó con un montón de músicos, tuvo la oportunidad de girar y de tocar con un montón de músicos, y que el proyecto solista se fue dando, o sea, no había ningún apuro en hacerlo, se fue dando. Y una de las cosas que dice que el proyecto CLEMENT KASILI en este momento es un grupo de músicos, no es solamente él, que es un grupo con el que vive prácticamente, con el que se mudaron juntos y con el que piensan en música todo el tiempo. Es tremendo, sí. In June of 2024 you released your first EP. Sorry my accent, partí por rester, I don't know how to say. Sí, sorry, my accent. Sí. How was the recording process of that first EP?
Yeah, so
that project actually started while I was traveling. So that year I was like moving around quite a lot, visiting different countries, and I always had a classical guitar with me. And at first I wasn't even like I'm making an EP. It was more like I was just recording ideas on my phone wherever I was, very spontaneous, you know. And then when I came back to Brussels, I called my sound engineer, and we went pretty quickly into the studio with the musicians. And at that point, I already had a very clear vision in my head of what I wanted. So I kind of just guided everyone, showed them the parts, the direction, the atmosphere, and then we recorded everything. Some tracks were recorded fully live, but most of the project was recorded instrument by instrument to have more control and precision in the sound. And also, even though I wrote everything, I also really wanted to leave space for the musicians so they can express themselves. And so there are a lot of moments where they improvised, and we kept all those moments because they felt real, and that's what I wanted also. So yeah,
wow.
That was a little process.
Qué nivel, Manu, lo que está contando, sí, qué nivel. Bueno, nos estaba contando el primer EP que lanzó fue en el 2024, Partir por Rester, bueno, perdón mi acento, y lo que él dijo que estaba viajando, estaba de viaje y siempre tenía una guitarra acústica, no dijo criolla ni dijo guitarra española, o sea, otro concepto totalmente distinto, y tenía ideas en su cabeza y las iba tocando en el teléfono, y bueno, cuando cuando él volvió a Bruselas se contactó con su ingeniero de audio y decidieron grabar. Y una de las cosas que él dice que lo grabaron, hay cosas que están grabadas en vivo, hay otras cosas que no, y le dio espacio a cada persona que tocó, a cada músico que tocó para hacerlo también su parte, y bueno, ese es el proceso. I want to if you want, Clement, can I have a fight when you talk about spontaneous, you study a lot of music. What happens in the head of a person that study a lot of music when you say spontaneous?
But actually, that's the thing about me. Like, I didn't really study like a theory behind music. I just met a lot of musicians and I learned from them. But I did most of the part alone. So it's more like a research on the instrument. So I always worked mostly by hearing, and so it's easier for me to express myself on the instrument without thinking of any theory or whatever, just playing, because that's what I always did, like just searching for some things. And also you can make mistakes, and sometimes all that mistakes can lead to new compositions, and like I did a few recordings like that too. So yeah.
Excelente, sí. Manu, es una locura lo que está diciendo. Le sale natural. Me cerró la boca explicando que lo que él hace no estudió realmente teoría de la música, sino más bien que tuvo la oportunidad de tocar con un montón de músicos y a través del ida y vuelta con los músicos, y él iba aprendiendo y ahí fue como él fue creciendo musicalmente. Y lo que dice que para él es su manera natural de expresarse. Siente más facilidad expresándose con el instrumento que quizás hablando y todo eso, así que así es como le sale la música. Es increíble. And 2 months ago you released a Secret Session. Why did you decide to do that? No? Why?
Secret Session is actually a concept from a collective called Sous-Sol in Brussels, and what they do is like live sessions in different locations, but the twist is that the place and time are only announced the same day. So there's this really spontaneous energy around it, and this one in particular happened in a jazz club in Brussels, and they just invited me with my band to take part, and really liked it because it's very different from a normal concert setup. Like, people come without really knowing what to expect, and they just show up for the experience. And for us as musicians, it's also very free. We can take risks, improvise a lot, just follow the moment. And I think that's why I really enjoyed it. But it's like their concept, and they invited me.
Oof.
So yeah, there is like a 30-minute session live available on YouTube. So yeah, you can check it out.
Beautiful. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Bueno, Manu nos estaba escuchando, nos estaba explicando, hace un par de meses sacó en YouTube una Secret Sessions, bueno, y lo que nos estaba contando que es en un lugar particular, es un colectivo de músicos que se van juntando, o sea, le dan la dirección y se juntan en un lugar y bueno, graban esa sesión, o sea, y es completamente improvisado, bueno, y van músicos que no saben con quién se van a cruzar ni saben qué van a tocar hasta el momento. Es terrible lo que está diciendo. Y bueno, y eso es lo que le salió. ¿Tenés alguna pregunta, Manu?
Sí. Bueno, estamos hablando con Clement Kasili, músico, productor belga. Okay, Clement, you had the opportunity to perform at major Belgian events such as, sorry for my accent, but Fête de la Musique and Color Café, you know, which are important getaways from emerging and establishment artists. How difficult is for a young jazz artist like you enter in that festival circuit, and how did you find your way in that circuit?
For the festival Color Café, it was with another artist. So I was the guitar player, I did keys and bass. So that was with him, and he's a more known artist. So yeah, that was easier. But for Fête de la Musique, actually it's a friend of mine who organized the concert.
So we did it like that. And yeah, like in Brussels, it's a small group
of people who can easily meet everyone and make contacts like that.
Espectacular, sí. Vive música, mano. Es un músico.
Y preguntarle por el círculo más chico de bares y eso, por el circuito de Bélgica, ¿cómo es?
Sí, we want to know, I have, Manu is living in Buenos Aires, I have the chance to went to Belgium. It's incredible that country. Everybody hates Belgium. I love it. Perdón, Manu, pero sí. I went to Brussels and I love Brussels. It's like a kind of dark. Manu es una ciudad medio oscura, pero a la vez tiene un montón de cosas muy locas. It's a kind of dark, place, but it's have some lights, and I take a piece of the mannequin piece and that kind of things. Tourist in Brussels. Sí, can you explain?
Igual me refería más a que en el jazz es muy importante ese mundo de circuito, el Montreal Jazz y es como festivales, y entrar en esa onda está muy bueno, es recontra.
Le iba a preguntar, le pregunto sobre la atmósfera de Bruselas y esos lugares.
No, por si existe un círculo en Bélgica de jazz así por fuera de los festivales.
Sí, Manu wants to know, there is a circuit outside the big festivals in Brussels and Belgium of jazz?
Sorry, didn't get it.
Sí, no, do you have small places to play jazz in Belgium or only big festivals?
Yeah,
there's a few venues like that, and we can meet a lot of artists and just jam with a lot of musicians. And that's also how I met most of the people of my band, just
going through stuff like that and
playing, meeting musician and artist, and yeah, it can develop really beautiful projects.
Wow. Sí. Why we are surprised? Because we have the chance to speak with a lot of people from Sweden and the United Kingdom, and you're like, Belgium is like in the middle, and we don't know much about Belgium, so that's why we make this kind of questions. See? And can you tell us what things inspires you to make music?
A lot of things, like life in general, emotion, people, relationships, traveling, a bit of everything I live kind of ends up somewhere in the music. Like I often see my music like a kind of memory collection, So some memories are beautiful, some are more complicated, but they all become songs in a way. And also, I'm very lucky to be surrounded by incredible musicians that inspire me a lot. So that daily inspiration is also a huge part of it.
Wow, incredible. And can you tell us how do you produce the visual parts, the front pages of the EP, the photos and the videos?
Yeah. So for Partir pour rester, I went back to Javea in Spain with a filmmaker friend, because that's where I had composed a big part of the project. So we decided to film there to capture that atmosphere again. And the cover with the sunflower was also shot there. So yeah.
Wow. What do you think about Spanish guitar players?
I love them so much. My dream is to play flamenco, but it's too complicated.
It's impossible. It's impossible to play flamenco. Wow.
Yeah. I have to practice like maybe 10 hours a day to get a bit of that knowledge.
It's incredible. See, and can you tell us something about the actual music scene in Belgium?
About what? Sorry?
The actual music scene in Belgium. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talent in Belgium, especially in Brussels. There are so many great musicians and artists, and because the scene is quite small, it makes it easy to connect with people, to meet, to collaborate. But at the same time, a lot of artists eventually like move to bigger cities like London or Paris, just because there are much more opportunities there. So it's a bit a mix. Very rich creatively, but still quite small structurally. But Belgium is very talented, and you can find so many Belgian artists, musicians, and producers like everywhere around the globe that made a huge impact in the music industry.
Perfect. And can you tell us something about the future plans?
Yeah, I actually have an album coming out in September. It's the first time I'm saying it publicly, so you're the first one to hear it.
Thank you.
I worked with a lot of really talented people on it, and it tells a very personal story for me. So I'm really excited to finally share it. And after that, just want to play as much as possible live. Because that's really where the music makes the most sense for me, on stage with people. So, yeah, wish me luck with that.
Of course,
Can't wait for the end of this year.
Please send, when you have the new music, please then send to us. It's incredible what you're playing. See, we really like it. Just to finish the interview, thank you very much for your time, Clement. It's incredible to speak with you. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play Rush. I don't know how to say it, Rush.
Yeah.
See, can you tell us what that song represents to you?
Rouge is quite special to me because it's actually the first melody I ever composed when I was a child, and I kind of carried it with me for years, and it slowly evolved, changed, grew until it became what it is today. So it really feels like a long journey for one idea, and on the cover artwork you can also see the shoes I wore when I was a kid. So yeah, it's really like a symbol of where everything started for me. And you can hear the same team as always in the band, my musicians and dear friends. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Thank you very much, Clement. It's a pleasure to speak with you. We are going to send you some links and the interview when the live show ends. Thank you very much.
Nice. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Bye, my friend. Llévatelo, Raúl, todo tuyo.
Thank you.